Good morning or good afternoon or good evening, good night, whatever time it is, my dear friends, my dear students. Today is our last lesson on nested classes. Nested classes are used a lot in mobile Android development, and we're trying to clarify this quite advanced, I would say, topic. We are trying to make it clear, make it simple for you. We analyzed four types of nested classes: static, member, local, and today is anonymous. How to create anonymous nested classes. Of course, I'm gonna need now Android Studio, so I'm going to create new project in Android Studio. If you're familiar with the Android Studio, the easiest template for the beginners from the list of the templates is empty activity. I'm using Java as my development language. There is second option, Kotlin. I'm using Java, and I set up the minimum SDK, the compatibility level, as a Lollipop Android 5.1. I click finish, and now Android Studio is generated all the files I need. Actually, there are a lot of files even for the simplest mobile application. So if you look at the status bar of the Android Studio, you will see some activity. So two files, actually the most important two files, it's your layout, it's your widgets, and one widget already done, Hello World. So you can see Android Studio already created one widget for my basic application, Hello World. Let's create ID because we're going to process events from text view. So I'm gonna type ID for my widget, txt underscore hello. And I'm going to Java. So how would I process events from my widget, my text view? And that's how anonymous classes come to play. So let's create a widget in Kotlin now. Let me make it a little bit larger. So Android Studio says I don't have this class, it's not imported, it's not connected. Alt-Enter, shortcut to import class. Now I call it txt hello. Now you have to instantiate, obviously. You have to create an instance before you operate. The instance is done through find view by ID. So there is a super important method in Android development, find view by ID. So technically speaking, you connect widget in XML and widget in Java. Find view by ID. This is my XML widget. This is my Java widget, so that's why basically I keep the same names. The only difference is my XML widget doesn't have capitals, it has underscore, but Java widget does have capital letters. Now, if I want to catch events, if I want to do something when the user tap or click on my text, I have to implement an interface. So event handler is done in Java through standard interfaces. I have to know the name of the interface I want to handle. It's called view.onClickListener. So look, you have already nested classes. So onClick, why the name of the interface is so complex? Because it's nested. So onClickListener interface is declared inside view class. If you know, view class is a parent of all the widgets. So I type the name of the interface I'm supposed to implement. It's called view.onClickListener. Now I can ask Android Studio, please help me create the body, not the body, the template. Create for my method, for my event handler, the template. You see, it's done. So I can do something when the user tap. Do something when the user taps or clicks. Very important thing, many beginners forget, you need to do registration. You have to tell this widget event going to be handled by my activity class. So without registration, line 18, nothing going to work. So this is a relationship between the widget, line 18, and the object which going to handle events. The object is my activity. This is referring to my activity. Main activity. Now it's going to work. Whenever you tap on the text, something going to happen. You can handle here such event. Registration, line 18, is very important, and this is done without anonymous classes. So it's like a classic approach to handle events. And there is a second one, also very popular, and this is done through anonymous classes. So now let's take a look how anonymous classes can be done. So I'm going to undo the stuff I did. And I'm going to show you now anonymous classes. So what I can do right away the registration. So I don't do implements in the first line of my class. Then I create anonymous instance. So that's how it is done. And here I got immediately, so Android Studio catched what I wanted and immediately created for me the event handler. If you remember, event handler, it's a special method done by the programmer but called by the operating system. You never call as a programmer event handlers, it is done by operating system. So here I can handle whatever I need to do again. And now let's analyze, because now this code is kind of sophisticated. So what happened here is kind of sophisticated. You see the curly brace, unusual combination, curly brace, parentheses, semicolon. So what happened? Anonymous class is created on abstract class or on the interface. So you inherit abstract class, or you implement an existing interface, you on the fly provide all the necessary methods. What is the similarity between interfaces and abstract classes? It's not finished stuff. That's the similarity. If you use interfaces or abstract classes, you have to finish them. So you inherit, you create, so I inherit, I create an instance, and I immediately on the fly provide the all missing methods implementation. So that's why it's called anonymous, because I don't name my class. I just use the name of the interface or the name of the abstract class. That's why anonymous, but I immediately create an instance, and I immediately provide the methods I need. So which one is better? You see two different, let's say, strategies to catch events in Android. So maybe first one is simpler. Yes, it's probably a little bit longer, but it's, I would say, classic approach. When you put implements keyword in the header of your class. In my practice, I use it. I use the first approach. The second one is, I would say, shorter, but you have to understand. So the disadvantage, you have to understand there are many things. Many things happened in lines 17 to 22. The other disadvantage of creating anonymous classes and event handlers on the fly, your event handler is immediately attached to the certain widget. But sometimes in Android development, you have to attach to many widgets the same event handler. So in my approach, yes, I can do that. In the first approach, when I implement interface and then I use this as an object, yes, I can connect to many different widgets the same event handler. But here you see it's attached. Your event handler attached to a certain widget right away. So maybe the first approach is more flexible. Anyway, you should know both. You shouldn't be afraid of nested classes. And that's the whole idea. The whole idea of this 6 lessons tutorial to overcome your fears. Probably you don't have to do or know nested classes in details. Probably you don't have to use them in your own development, but at least you shouldn't be afraid. You should understand basic concepts. You should understand four types of nested classes. Here we are. You need them. They used a lot in Android libraries. So regardless of you like it, you don't like it, you still have to understand and use them from the Android libraries. So thank you very much for watching. Please give me likes, share your videos with your friends, go to other courses on my channel, please, and I'll see you soon. All the best to you guys. Bye bye.